Hello everyone and welcome back to now episode 2 of the NASCAR Heat 4 Predict series. This time we go to Las Vegas where they're racing at in real life this weekend here in the NASCAR Cup Series, not the Monster Energy Cup Series as I was about to say. But this time I switched cars to the 31 because I did not remember that Tyler Reddick was actually in the 8 car. So we're in the 31 now, and basically if you're new to this, we just pull off the track and let the race go and see what happens now throughout this race in the first 3 stages. I actually got one stage correct with the game in the Daytona episode where Eric Almirola won the first stage, but that was the only one we could get correct. So we're going to see, obviously, what happens here. Or my mistake, I should mention, it was Chase Elliott that it was predicted to win stage 1, and that's who won the first stage, not Eric Almirola. That's who predicted to win the race. Obviously, Almirola was taken out in the big one or late in that third and final stage of the Daytona 500. So off the bat, we had Brad Keselowski actually leading this race as he came through turns 3 and turns 4. I should mention that the 24 car in this quick race is actually Jeff Gordon's car, but obviously we're going to consider that 24 as William Byron. There, you saw the field go by for the first time. Kurt Busch would actually take the lead on this second lap from Brad Keselowski, and Kurt Busch would do a relatively good job holding on to this lead. We come through a few laps later. There he was in front of the 22 of Joey Logano, and it was kind of down to him and Joey Logano to battle it out for the position. Now as it came through a few laps later, Logano within a quarter of a car length or so, as it was him and Kurt Busch driving away from the field at this point. Logano, though, would take the lead from Kurt Busch here later in this first stage here in Las Vegas, but Kurt Busch and him would kind of just continue to scrap it out for the final laps or so of the stage. Now as it came through to about 2 to go here or so in the first stage, Kurt Busch now cleared by Logano, but he would pounce back on the opportunity to get past that 22 car of Logano. There's, you see the field going by once again, and Kurt Busch sure enough would take the lead as it came through out of turns 3 and turns 4 now, as it's just him and Logano, and then the rest of the field was a quite good chunk of time behind them there as it came through to cross the line to end the first stage. With Kurt Busch predicted to win stage 1 over second place of Joey Logano. I should mention, if my voice sounds at least a little bit different, it's because I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold right now, but either way now, as there you saw the finishing order, the top 10, it was Daniel Suarez, aka what we consider Cole Custer, there in P10 in stage 1 there. As we got back going right away here for the second stage, Kurt Busch led the way at the start of the stage, and this time Logano, he wasn't really up in second. It was actually between Alex Bowman and Martin Truex Jr. who were battling it out for that second position at this point. But Joey Logano, he was up there in the top 5. He would continue into this battle with Martin Truex Jr., Alex Bowman, as Kurt Busch continued to lead the way. As it certainly seemed like Kurt Busch had one of the best cars, the dominant car out here. It's Joey Logano, though, he would fight back to that second position behind the one car of Kurt Busch for Chip Ganassi Racing in the second stage. And now as he came through a little bit later in stage 2, Kurt Busch continuing to lead the way over second place of Joey Logano. So Kurt Busch was just putting on a clinic at this point. No one could really seem to be able to do anything to him here in the second stage. Now as it came through this time now towards the very end of the second stage, Kurt Busch leading through turns 3 and out of turns 4 for the final time here in stage 2. There you see Kurt Busch leading the way down the front straightaway over second place is Joey Logano, third place Truex, fourth Alex Bowman. There's Kyle Busch, Keselowski, William Byron, all there inside the top 10 as the stage would come to an end there. So Kurt Busch is predicted to win both stage 1 and stage 2 here in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So we'll see how that turns out now as we got ready to go green here for this third and final stage. Kurt Busch would continue once again to lead the way here on this first and opening lap now, as it was about, I think, 14 to 15 laps to go at this point in the race now in this third and final stage, and it was Martin Truex Jr. running P2. William Byron was actually getting up in the mix. He climbed up to 4th place behind 3rd place of Kyle Busch here in this third and final stage. Truex had gotten right to the back of Kurt Busch. William Byron made the pass on Kyle Busch to take over the 3rd position. Byron was getting up into the mix in the final laps of this race, as it was now still Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr. running 1-2, Byron in P3 trying to run down the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. and maybe take over that 2nd position within the final handful of laps or so. There's come through. There you see once again William Byron, who is closing in on the back of the 19 and the 1 of Kurt Busch and Martin Truex Jr. Showing off with a few laps to go, and Byron Byron makes a move to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. There's about 4 laps to go or so at this point, and he would take over second place. And as we came to the next time around, Kurt Busch leading just about a car length or so between himself and second place of William Byron, who was looking for his first career win here, as Kurt Busch looks to get his win here at his home track now, as William continued to just inch closer and closer now to the back bumper of Kurt Busch in the final laps now, as they were approaching just 2 laps to go at this time now, as it came through to start the final lap. Kurt Busch there right on the front bumper of William Byron. Byron might have a chance here to make a move. He was looking low into turns 1 and turns 2, and it's down to Kurt Busch and William Byron for the victory here as they watch that track map here on the final lap now. That's what we got to watch for the back straightaway. And at turn 3, Kurt Busch, William Byron battling it out as they go down into turn 3 for the final time. The 24 of William Byron would make a move on the final lap here in Las Vegas, and he would come through with the lead out of turns 4, and William Byron is predicted to get his first career win here in Las Vegas this weekend in the actual race here from the NASCAR Heat 4 prediction itself. So we're going to see if William Byron can indeed pull off the victory. So great for William to finally get his first career win, which we might see. Hopefully that'd be kind of cool if NASCAR Heat 4 can predict that correctly, because William Byron, certainly a lot of talent with him, and hopefully we can see him get to victory lane soon in real life. But if NASCAR Heat 4 is correct, we will see William Byron in victory lane this weekend here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So make sure you guys do watch the race this weekend in Las Vegas. Hopefully we'll put on a good show as we go for the West Coast swing already instead of going to Atlanta. So it'll be interesting to see. And as always, if you guys do enjoy this little mini-series, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and make sure you let me know that you're enjoying it. So I'll see you guys in the next one there, as you see the finishing order on your screen, and I will send it out right there. Jimmy Johnson in P14, no top 10 for his second final race at Las Vegas. So we'll see what he does this weekend. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.